for her there.
Yeah.
You know, she could have made an attempt on it. I mean, worst case scenario, gave away a free visit to her opponent, but from the layout on the table, yeah, the opponent's yellow is not that badly positioned for a run out either. So I think Erin playing the percentages here, not gonna just give away anything too easy. And I think opportunity given, she'd want the opponent to use the free visit to sort out that problem.
She had a similar scenario in a semi-final there, and I'm just sort of wondering whether that just popped up in her head, how she went attacking, because she got into a bit of a stalemate yesterday, and she obviously doesn't want to be dragging out those frames. She doesn't want to be going behind in this one. So it's bull by the horns today. Who's going to strike first in this final?
I mean, what would you do in a situation like this, black ball rules considered, James? I mean, I think it also depends on your pool personality. Now,
Yeah.
whether you're a more tentative player, a more safe player, a more attacking player.
It's, for me, I would have attacked. It definitely, the last shot would have been a better position without obviously the yellows being in development. Now you're sort of pushing yourself to the boundaries where you're forcing yourself to have to go in attack mode.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, her opponent certainly has the opportunity now to go for game. Doesn't look like she's doing it. And I'm actually wondering if Klaudia is playing the rules to her advantage, because any other player accustomed to the rules of black ball would have certainly used their free visit for now. But I think Jajali knows that she's in control of the table. She can force another error from Erin, and then you use her opportunity now to just develop these balls a little bit more. Wait for another free visit and then play onto that ball.
Absolutely. Obviously, she's got the the cover down in the bottom bag there, which kills off the black, leaving if Erin was to come to the table
There we go.
with the red down, then she's got more work to do. So she's biding her time and putting the balls into position for the first frame. It's very tense affair, the first frame, as we all know. Everybody doesn't settle until you get your first frame on the board. So
Yeah, that first frame jitters. And those of you joining us from Malaysia who are not familiar with black ball rules, in black ball rules, with your free visit, you can play any ball on the table, including the black. You may not pot the black, however, but you can pot any ball on the table, including your opponent's ball, with your free visit. So, if Jajali is playing the rules to her advantage, she's waiting for her free visit now to do exactly that the next time she comes to the table. All the yellows are open, and with that, she should be the first one on the scoreboard. Really doesn't look like Erin can do much. Oh!
your favourite shot.
Oh, my favorite shot.
Because we were talking this week.
Was that a fair shot though? I think she clipped the yellow first.
It did look like it hit the other.
That was the shot. I mean, that was honestly the only shot percentage-wise.
Yeah.
Erin knew she's not coming back to the table after this. Yeah, she got the yellow first. Yeah, that was the shot.
And those
Yeah.
are difficult.
Yeah.
But I say again, forced into that position. We want to,
She could have
Done
she could
that
have a long time
earlier,
ago
yeah,
given away
yeah.
a free visit by potting that ball, because
Yeah.
that ball was in her way, and hopefully waited for a chance on the black if her opponent was not able to clear.
And when she had the second to last red, instead of potting it, she could have played the cannon, kept the other red up on the table,
Yeah.
dropped it down off the two cushions, and given herself a shot at a long red. But this is all having to be made under the shot clock. It's not easy playing if you're not used to those shot clocks, you know, the speed. So it catches people out.
Yeah.
Catches people out. You got to be quick on your feet, but not rushed. And obviously the shot clocks, you know, are needed in our sport because the game is beautiful when it's played at speed.
Yes. And also
Otherwise,
when the
why
rules,
would our viewers want to tune in?
especially when the rules are applied the same way to everybody, you've got to have the shot clock, especially on matches where there is a time limit, like this one. As you can see, the match time running down there, just above the race to 5 on your screen. Just under 87 minutes remaining on the clock.
Klaudia just composing herself here, making her decision. I'd like to see her take the confident shot to the top. I don't want to be making the cue ball do it in any of the work. We've seen a lot of the players miss, obviously, balls, you know, to the middle. This obviously is pretty much unmissable, but you don't want to overpower it and end up screwing into the middle. You know,
Tell me something, Kirky. You play a lot on the European circuits, hey?
Yes.
So tell me, and I know, let's say, with the possibility that I might sound a little bit stereotypical, when you get Asian participants in the tournament, is that feeling there like, oh my God, they're probably good?
They never leave. They never leave any Q sport at all, do they?
No, no.
But we owe a massive credit to all of our Asian competitors.
They keep the standard high, eh?
Absolutely. Amazing with, you know, off the backbone of, you know, Ding Junhui and everybody else that, you know, has been able to, you know, inspire all these players. And now it's evolved through the snooker. We've got the amazing K-ball and so many more opportunities for all players around the world. But what a standard they play to. Don't see a lot of natural ability. I see a lot of coached players, so it's a lot of methodical.
Clinical.
Yeah, very much so.
She hasn't given herself the best of chances on the black, but look at that, beautifully done. There was the possibility of the cue ball scratching there, and she played that nicely.
Stun that with just a tiny bit side, just to widen the angle. But she looks good out there.
Yeah, and with that, Klaudia from Malaysia, the first one on the scoreboard in this race to 5. You're watching the women's finals live from Mauritius, the Ravanala Attitude Hotel. We're on the final day, and bittersweet. Hey, Kirky, bittersweet. Everybody goes home tomorrow.
I know. And we just want to stay for another week, don't we? We wanted to run another tournament, but unfortunately this Commonwealth is coming to an end, and we are excited to find out who is going to be taking home that prestigious medal, the bragging rights and the title for the first ever Commonwealth Blackball Championship. Nice, good split from Erin there. With the cut break. Just made a ball into the side pocket.
Did you see her opponent in the semi-finals, Kisake Marian from Uganda, employing the safety break against Erin? Erin, she was breaking from behind, hitting the cushion behind the rack first, catching the balls from behind. So was the first player at the tournament I've seen do that, Kisake Marian.
Bringing the amazing Mark Williams snooker break into format, isn't it? She's in a good position to be able to take this out here now, but she's got to find the pattern. So she's got a couple of different options. She can play the yellow that's nearest to the middle red, opposite the black there. She can use that to hold on to the angle if she wants to. And then she can come down and take out these two bottom yellows, then come back up the table. Yesterday, we've seen a lot of the white ball doing all the work around the table. And it's fine margins in cue sports, but you don't want to be letting that white run around, especially in the final. You see that why I said that last shot there. She's straight on this yellow. She's giving herself a bit of work to do here.
The South Africans really look smart in their gear, though. Hey, Kirky.
Oh, absolutely. Do you know, I've been impressed with every single player with their attire, but the South Africans, it's that. I think it's that amazing yellowy gold.
Yeah, the green and gold. The green and gold. It really looks good. I know the Australians also have a green and gold, or a gold and green, I think. But South Africa, green and gold, yeah.
Very elegant.
I'm Lenyukta Chetty, and with me in commentary is James Kirk from Guernsey. And we'd love for you to please share the link to the stream to your social media platforms. It's WPALive.tv. Currently, the finals in all 4 categories in the women's division, all 4 disciplines for the women, is being played, and all those feeds are live on WPALive.tv, powered by 4 Sense.
Oh, she's gone in off.
That's like kicking yourself in the gut. Hey, Kirky.
It is. You know, I hate to be the commentator's curse there, but it was all about shot selection. And I think the very first shot put her out of position, and she was chasing to get back in.
Yeah.
If she had taken the yellow and held on the red, she would have played the yellow to the exact same 2 pockets that she's done, but then she could have had 2 options. The first one being to glide off that side rail, which would have just drifted beautifully into the top of the table. If she comes short, she's got the yellow in the middle of the table. If she ends up where she wants to be, she's got her worst ball on the top cushion taken out.
But I mean, you know, those kind of scratches on a shot, they like happen from nowhere, and you're standing there as a player, and you're like, seriously, like, you know,
It's
you
lack of concentration.
Yeah.
You know, you often forget the natural potting angle there. You know, again, you just want to be keeping the white on the string, as we see from Klaudia, very composed in her first frame. She definitely, I would have to say, looks at this moment the more solid of the 2. She doesn't want to be moving that white. You can clearly see she's really thinking about her patterns. She's targeting this little difficult red behind the other red, because otherwise the only way to say difficult, it would be a bit of a difficult plant. So it's one of these where she's got to make a decision where she screws back or she follows through. But she follows through, she must go through cleanly.
And
She wants to get up. There we go, beautiful.
That Klaudia is wearing much bigger diameter than we usually see by 7-foot table players. I think she's playing with the American set.
Yeah.
Just look at that. I mean, I could be wrong, but it certainly looks like she's playing with American cues.
Yeah.
Well, American pool cues. You'll see the difference in diameter on tip when Erin Lazara comes to the table.
Obviously, the great advantage when using the bigger tips in pool is you actually get quite a very clean strike. It may be a bit more difficult to manoeuvre the white with your screw back, but you get a very solid hit.
For maybe that's a snooker cue that
I
she's
think
using.
she's playing with a 9.5 there.
Yeah.
It looks like possibly 9.5, maybe a 10.
No, I don't think 10, maybe 9.5,
But
and
yeah.
I think that might be a snooker
Yeah.
cue that she's using, which I wouldn't
10
be
would be the
surprised
limit for
about.
snooker.
Yeah, because snooker's quite a big game in Malaysia, huge
Mm.
game in Malaysia. But we say snooker cue tongue in cheek. I mean, whatever you're comfortable with, I guess.
Yeah, well, I used my
Whatever
snooker cue in
broomstick
the
you
event,
choose.
so, unfortunately.
Yeah, Klaudia Jajali from Malaysia looking awfully comfortable
Yeah, very
on the
composed.
7-foot table.
Now, want to see her stay down on this shot. We were talking yesterday and all week about body movement. She's been very solid, so we want to see her go right through the white here. Yeah, you can see that shaft. It's thick, isn't it?
It is. It is. You don't see that often. Not the average 7-foot players, 7-foot table players diameter choice for this game.
Yeah.
They like the thinner, more tapered cues, smaller tip diameter. Gives them, the more experience you are, of course, more accuracy they get
Absolutely.
on the
I
on the
play
cue
with an
ball.
8.4 myself for,
Yeah.
for pool, and it's 9.5 for snooker. Obviously, in the American pool, we've obviously got the pros playing as low as 11.5.
Yeah.
11.5.
In Chinese as well, we use 10 to 12 mils.
And Klaudia takes that second frame. She's going to be feeling absolutely amazing inside. Very solid there, Lenny. Both frames. First frame, she was very calculated in her position. She's not going to give anything to Erin.
No,
So
and
if
she would have
Erin
done her
wants this,
homework.
she's going to absolutely.
Klaudia is a professional player, I believe, and she would have done her homework on Erin, and she would know that Erin is the reigning South African women's champion. So, yeah, not going to underestimate her. We saw that in the first frame. She bided her time and waited for the right moment to strike.
Absolutely. And it's so fine margins when you look back at that. You've seen Erin play the right pot in the end, but just let herself down with that falling out of position. Instead of going through the ball, she ended up coming back. She left the natural in off. Unfortunately, didn't spot that. But here we go into the third frame at Klaudia to break, and she goes in off. Now, what can Erin make
And
out
look
of
at
this
the split.
situation?
Look at the split on that. The reds are looking good there. Kirky, at first glance, the reds are looking awfully good. Should Erin choose to go that route?
Definitely decision time.
And you know, when the pressure's on you, it's so difficult to even make the simple choice of which color to play.
It is,
It
yeah.
seems
Sometimes
like
they just
such
look
a
as
tough choice to make.
both as beautiful as
Yeah.
each other. So again, with that shot clock, it can sometimes just catch you out, and you play the one shot, and then you say to yourself, "Why did I play that? Why did I choose that color?" But there's no right or wrong. If it
Erin.
works, it works.
Erin tried to open up the gap there, but I'm not quite sure what she was hoping to achieve with that shot. Is she trying to go for red? Was she trying to set up for yellow?
I think she
I'm
was
not
trying
sure.
to contain the reds there. It's a bit of an unorthodox shot, that. Again, trying to keep
And I think
control of the reds.
she
but
lost the white ball there. Now she's forced to play a safety. How safe that is gonna be, I don't know, because the yellows are open as well. And Klaudia definitely got a shot on yellow here for the corner.
absolutely. I mean, all of the yellows can be made.
Oh, there's nothing worse, Kirky, nothing worse than not using that free shot to the best of your ability.
Yeah, you've got to take the upper hand. Use the rules to your advantage. interesting after this shot. Once we open up the opportunity to Erin, now we're going to see what she's got planning after her last shot. She must have a thought process in mind of what she wants to create out of this frame. And as you join us live on the air, we'll be trying to bring you the best of the action from Mauritius. She's electing to go for the Reds here. Beautiful scenes there, watching her focused on the shot.
Yeah, it's so beautiful in a player's
Amazing media
zone.
quality we've had for this tournament.
What's the standard like in Europe when you have tournaments and championships in terms of coverage, Kirky?
Oh, the adaptation of the internet now has just made it so free-flowing for media coverage. I think that all parties do an amazing job and also create their own little feel. So it's just each entity brings something special to the table. I would say.
In terms of production.
Yeah.
Do you see this kind of standard often in European circuits in terms of coverage, media coverage of tournaments?
I have to say, not at this.
Not at this level.
Not at this standard.
Yeah, and I'm sure I don't know if
we've been spoiled.
Yeah.
We've been spoiled.
Yeah, we have been spoiled.
although I have to turn around and give full credit to Ultimate Pool for the last event in Bolton. That is what was the best tournament that many of us have been to. But here at the WPA, this is just something on a new level.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's because, so many sponsors came to the party, and you'd see whatever code you're watching, the sponsors loud and proudly displayed on the screens around the table, because they really came out. They really came out, did their most to make all of this possible. And of course, all the volunteers behind the scene working tirelessly for months now, day in, day out, to make sure everything goes smoothly.
We've got all the camera angles, all the camera setups, the billboards, again, the electronics. It's just amazing. And the lighting set out, you just feel on top of the world, just being a competitor.
You feel special. Yeah,
yes,
you feel special.
Absolutely. When you put it all together.
Like, all of this for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Your referees who've done an absolutely
Gift
amazing
bags
job.
and food and pretty much red carpet treatment all the way for the players.
Absolutely.
Hey?
And I was just about to purchase another Tauam chalk, so I was very, very, very privileged to have a couple of blocks.
Hey, yeah, not one but two.
Two. We had an amazing
And the Tauam
goodie
chalk
bag.
doesn't
All the
come
things
cheap.
in there were absolutely amazing. So thank you very much, Tauam, for supplying our amazing goodie bag. All the players received various little gifts in there: Tauam chalks, pouch,
Beanies, me stickers,
And
badges.
we had the amazing, lovely brooch pin as well
Yeah,
from
from
Mauritius.
yes, that was
And
sweet,
the
hey.
Commonwealth attendance
And you know what,
medal.
guys? At the end of today, after the medal ceremony, every single player is gonna get a little dodo plushie made especially for the tournament. The tournament mascot. Every single player will be leaving with one of those plushies. So I think they're gonna be so happy when they receive that. Really looking forward to seeing their faces later when they get that plushie.
I think normally players don't value obviously attendance awards, but I have to say that, and I usually have that perspective myself, but I will be changing it for this outlet because any memorabilia to tell you that you were part of history. And for everyone that missed out, you know where you need to be.
Yeah. Register with the IOC aligned disciplines in your country. So the next time an opportunity like this comes around, you're first in line.
Yes.
And with the success of this tournament, I'm sure we're going to see billiards in the main Commonwealth Games. Oh, nice try there from Klaudia.
Very attacking there. She gets through the ball so cleanly. It's beautiful to see. Okay, she did rattle it, but it was definitely on target. She's sending a message here to Erin. She's saying, I'm not going to get tied up. I'm going to play the tactics. I'm going to play the percentages, but I'm not going to get dragged down. So Erin's going to have to
You know what?
really
Nan,
think.
let me tell you, I've had the pleasure of seeing Erin play quite a lot over the years, being from South Africa myself. Erin is very smart, and when she's zoned in, she's quite a wonder to watch. And I would love to see her play a lot more positive pool.
Yes.
You know, the rolling and stuff. It's not bringing out her best.
No,
She's
no.
got to attack those situations when they arise and just trust in her ability.
Yes, absolutely. I was coming on a semi-final as well, and I mentioned about that yesterday. It can be the downfall of your game, and Claudia's
Oh,
aware.
look at that! Look at that! Yes,
Nice.
man. Yes, that's
So
beautiful.
that's the more confident shots that we
Yes.
want to see.
Yes, that's shot making, and Erin is
Yeah.
clever like that.
Yeah.
Clever like that.
She's got the game. She knows she's going to do it.
She knows exactly.
And what I was going to say there was Claudia knows that exact concept that you just spoke about, Erin. She's aware of it, and that's why she knows that she can take the upper hand if she plays that sort of game. So she's keeping her away.
Tight.
She's
she's keeping her tight.
Yeah, she's keeping her away from putting herself in that position. Tightening down the hatches, as we
But
say.
you know, I mean, on this kind of platform, I mean, it's the final of the Commonwealth Games for billiards, and you know, you're getting to the table now. You're reading the table, and you're like, do I attack? Do I play tentative? Do I attack? Do I play safe? And it's a huge choice to make, especially when you have both those type of games at your disposal.
I think that obviously when you come down to a final, it's time to let the arm go.
Yeah, and I think and it's exactly that cost Kisekia Marian her spot in this final because she played too safe against Erin.
Yeah.
She played way too safe, and she's got an amazing putting game. We saw her do some impressive stuff on the table over the tournament. For some reason, she just was not playing the A game.
Yeah.
Marian from Uganda, and I mean 4-1 up on Erin. Erin wins 5-4, and here's Erin now. All because a player didn't play their A game.
Yep. And you've got to be very careful because this quality of standard players in this tournament, that one style of play is not, like you said, it's not going to win you multiple championships.
No.
You know, it's like final yellow just before. She could have played that more confidently. She could have stunned below the red. That's what I would like to see her
Was
rather
that a
than
foul?
wrong. Oh,
Was that a foul? Did the cue ball touch the cushion? I think the ref went to go check it out. We'll be able to hear now. Let's just wait. Maybe an action replay on that shot would be great, if possible.
team are
There
just
we-
working on it now.
Ball in hand. No. No, she's playing from where the ball lays. It wasn't a foul. I think the cue ball made contact with the cushion there.
Well controlled. So, decision time. Pick a position and where you want that white. Don't want to be stunning into this red. You don't want to be creating any false errors, but she also doesn't want to be drifting towards that middle. So just a nice controlled. She'll come through the gap.
Uh-oh.
There we are. This is where there's a bit.
Wait, yeah, I mean, the cut
bit
is
under
on.
hit, but
Yeah.
she's got the middle.
She's definitely got the middle. You know, and once
She can,
again,
with the red being as well in the way, she can play the reassuring shot if she doesn't want to stun it in. She can play on the middle of the ball and avoid the in-off. She can just be wanting to settle herself down because she wants to get on the scoreboard desperately. There we are, beautiful.
oh, Erin, Lazarus on the scoreboard. Finally, Chijali Klaudia leads 2-1. So in the a lot of the Asian cultures, you say the surname of the player first. That's what we say, Chijali Klaudia, even though Claudia is her calling name.
Obviously, we have the referees calling out the countries for the players.
36 nations at this tournament. Huh?
Absolutely amazing. More to come.
So beautiful. So beautiful.
That was a nice shot. You just see there how
For
just
a
she better play
second-
that confidence.
For a second there, it looked like that 8 ball wasn't going to go. Maybe bounce back off into the table from that draw, but it went. Erin is probably very happy with that.
Makes a big difference when you can just follow through.
Yeah.
Instead of having to screw balls, we talked a lot this week of the players missing to the middles, misjudging. She's made a ball to the middle. The yellow, she almost made two. Now immediately we've got a little problem there. We've got one yellow tied up with the two reds. See there, they didn't come away. So there's going to have to be a cannon.
Yeah, open table for Erin now. She's going to have to decide which color group she wants to take. And she's going for red. Red in play. Now
She
that.
played the cannon.
that-
That was confident. I
Yeah.
like that. I
Yes.
like that.
Now
And she's
that's
got
the
an
Erin
option
I know.
to potentially move them now with this one off the bottom rail. She may elect to play another cannon. I wonder if she will after she played that
No,
so
I
confidently.
certainly think that she will, because she is that kind of player. She'll use that cushion now to develop those two a little bit more.
Amazing what one frame will do for you.
Where are they getting us from?
side rail. She can use it to give herself the natural angle to draw back down to the middle.
Yeah, I wonder if she can go. I think maybe to go left corner pocket first, then play the right corner pocket, then middle
Yes.
ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling on there. Just keeping the patterns short and simple. We want just dot to dot. We often see the best finishes or the most boring, but they're made to look simple. You can use the yellows here to run in. She doesn't need to flick side and
Yeah, I mean she's got
potentially run down past the black. You don't want to see herself sneaking there. She can use herself to hold, and then she can always potentially drop the middle red in and take it to the top bag on the left-hand side of your screens
here. The black also passes into the pocket where the yellow is on the center.
Yeah, you see.
I really thought she might go the way of using that two yellows on the other side of the table to stop the white.
Exactly. She could have just dropped the red in and then have it to the top. I mean, she's still in position, but again, it's not the right or wrong shot. It's just you're giving more of the work of the white ball here. So
and now she's potentially forced to come 3 cushions for the black.
Exactly. 3 cushions now. She's also got to play with running side to widen the angle, because she needs to get onto this to put it into either the bottom right pocket would be the first initial. Obviously it would go into the middle as a second cushion.
Again. Pace. Idea certainly there. But she also played that tentatively, not like as positive as I'm used to seeing her do it.
She stunned it instead of using the running side there. You want to glide into areas. It would have been quite an easy shot. Again, she had assurance. If she overran, the black went to the middle. But now, she's put herself in a bit of trouble.
30 seconds.
And she's forced into putting on a bit of side here as well. Yeah. If she didn't put the side, she wouldn't have got near the potential potting angle as well. She couldn't come the other way because it was going to offer no vantage. And what can Klaudia make of Erin's mistake there to let her back at the table? Look at that beautiful stance cue action from Klaudia. Many hours have been spent there.
Yep.
And they've paid off. I love to see a player with the all-round, especially when the stance is right and you can see that elbow running cleanly down the line of the shot.
It is certainly a thing of beauty. A beautiful stance, a beautiful cue action.
Most viewers will be able to see the difference between the players. Noticed Erin yesterday stays with their chin off the cue at times. Doesn't really come that low. Obviously, can be played like that. Obviously, you do get benefits of the fundamentals, and the chin on the cue creates that stability.
30 seconds.
Especially when the players have to play the squeeze shots. The amazing screwbacks that all competitors love to play and spectators love to see.
Certainly looking like an easy finish now for Klaudia.
Again, just keeping it simple, just coming off the rail. There's no need to stun down. It's just plain ball here. It's going to run to the natural angle. She'll be perfectly positioned to take the yellow into the bottom corner, leaving her on this exact same yellow to the same pocket, so lovely loop bridge there. Yeah,
Yeah, that's your American pool player, hey, with their loop bridge.
yeah. And she's so confident, as you can see there. She played the right shot. Yes, there's a bit of distance, but there's no real distance at this level. This is standard. And she left that beautiful angle, as we
Yeah,
can
and
see
especially
that
if
she's going to
you're-
run straight past the
Yeah.
yellow.
If you're accustomed to the 9-foot and 11-foot table, this is nothing.
Absolutely. She's just taking her time just to compose herself. She's not worried. She's looking very confident and very good out there. Look at that solid bridge hand on Klaudia.
Yes.
And it pays dividends there. Look at that. Again, what
Simple.
a perfect, simple execution right there. Again, no side needed.